Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome back to the Operation Hill 100 channel where we do what? Focus on healing, humor, and hot motherfucking topics. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm over here fighting for my life and nobody knows it but me. Like, I am literally, Lord, I'm tired. I know you guys saw that the date for this live kept changing. I wanted to change it again tonight. I wanted to change it again tonight. I really, really did because I have yet to get me some proper freaking rest because I'm really trying to like adult over here, and adulting is whipping my mess. Okay, adulting is whipping, stomping, and beating on me, but you know what? That's what adults do. So, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. Where's all my nosy ass neighbors at? I know the weather is beautiful. That's another reason sometimes I'll be wanting to postpone lives on Friday because when it's nice outside, I know people is in the street. We outside that night, you know. We outside that night, you know. So I get it, I get it, I get it. But I could not let another day go past without doing my character review of the new seasons of Real Housewives of Atlanta, Sweet 16, and doing a little teeny recap of Married to Medicine. This won't be long because adulting is kicking my ass so bad. I forgot to charge my computer, so I pray to God it don't turn off in the middle of my doggone live, but we're gonna make it do what it do. All right, so let's get started. We're definitely going to be here talking about the Real Hot. I didn't even send out any reminders for folks. I'm dead wrong. I'm dead wrong. I'm dead wrong. But I got to do what I got to do. So let's see. We want to get into it. We want to get into it. We want to get into it because we want to get into it. Okay, look at the ladies. So I'm pretty much going to do what's called a character review, right? I'm not going to go through the entire episode scene by scene like I normally do. I'll start that with the next episode. This is just a character assessment because we have some new characters in the place and I want to see how folks is feeling about them, right? Ladies and gentlemen, please do not forget to hit the thumbs up on this video and let's get started because I did take some notes, right? First up, we have the queen. Hold on, I have to show you the queen. We have the queen. Where's the queen? Where's the queen? There's the queen. There's the queen. First up, queen. That's the queen. Oh, look at the queen. Look at the queen. That's the queen. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't want nobody playing in my good sis Portia face. I don't want nobody playing in my good sis Portia face. I was very happy to see her. That's the queen. Like I said, the queen. And she's going to be the queen to carry this motherfucking season because they was already coming out with the head top soon as this shit came on. So, anywho, all right, what's going on with the queen is seeing Randy, the divorce lawyer, again, right? And basically because her and Simon are going to push and pump through with this divorce. And she's like, listen, I need to protect my assets, you know, and this man here never wanted to tell me the truth about him not having citizenship. And I just don't know what to do, you know, if anything happens. So I can't stay in this marriage with him, right? She said he cut off all communication, you know, and Portia got emotional because even through all what Portia kept saying and what I could feel from her and even watching her Breakfast Club interview is that I love this man and I still love this man. Even with all the shit that we going through, even with all of the antics that he pulled, even with the lying, deceiving, and heartbreaking, I still love this man. So when she was there talking to Randy, you could kind of get a flashback of when she was married to Cordell because you could genuinely see that she was sad, you know, just saying like, oh my God, I'm here again and another one of my freaking marriages is ending. And I want to say something about that, right? Because I think for most women, and I know I probably would be one of them, I think for most women, I can't say not for men too, I'm just not a man, but I think when marriages end, that makes a woman feel like a failure. Right? I think that makes a woman feel like a failure because at the end of the day, you start to question yourself and say, why couldn't I make my marriage work? Right? And because it didn't, I feel like a failure. And I think that's a genuine feeling. I think even if you're not married, if you're just in a committed relationship and you share genuine love between you and that person and the situation doesn't work out, to some degree, it does make you feel insecure because it makes you feel like I'm a failure because my situation didn't work out. And I kind of got that vibe from Portia and it made me sad because that's my girl. Y'all know, and that's the queen. That's the queen. I'll say it again. So that's really pretty much what I got from Paw, right? So then Portia and Shamia, before they had caught up at one point to get a drink at the strip club, and they was talking about Simon, right? And Shamia was sharing some conversations that she had with two of the other girls named Britt and Kelly, and she was also telling Portia about Dennis and Drew, right? Oh, girl. Okay, so anywho, moving right along to Shamia. So Shamia has a $9 million mansion. Shamia has 2 daughters, one born prematurely by surrogacy. She's been married 10 years to an African. She took a shit on the very first date. Her and Portia are longtime friends. Shamia is connected to everybody in the group, right? What it looks like is they're low-key going to try to center this season around Shamia, but they're acting like it's centered around Portia so folks could tune in. But when you watch the episode, it looks like Shamia is put in the center and she's like the nucleus of the group because she's connected to everybody. And from all of the things that they displayed, she's that girl. Right, she's that girl. Materialistically, she's that girl. When it comes to her marriage, she's that girl. When it comes to she's very talented, she's that girl in that regard, right? Me personally, I don't even want to talk about this because I feel like y'all gonna be crucifying me in the comments, and I don't want to get crucified, but oh God. The same conversation that I would have for Shamia is the conversation that I would have that I was having about Wendy, is that I swear to God, I'm not trying to be shady. It is a such thing as an it girl factor, right? It is a such thing as an it girl factor, right? And in my opinion, there is folks that have that, women that have that, and women that don't. Either way, if you have it or not, that doesn't make you a good or bad person. That doesn't make you better than anybody. But you have to know the responsibility that comes with being an it girl and so on and so forth. And you have to also be aware if you're not that girl, right? And I think for me, I think that Shamia is gorgeous. I think that Shamia is talented. I think that Shamia is successful. I think that Shamia has a beautiful home life. So I'm not taking away from any of that. The same way I thought Wendy has all of those accolades and she's beautiful and has a beautiful family. But to me, them trying to land the plane as it girls within these friend groups, that doesn't land well with me. Now, again, I know that when people hear that, automatically they want to start running down everything Shamia has and does because they're trying to make it seem like I'm discrediting her about any of those things. And I'm not. I'm just saying that even with all those things, in my opinion, she doesn't come across like the it girl. But I mean, she was there. She was talking about her husband met. She was talking about all of her accomplishments. I think she's funny. I think she's entertaining, but I always think she's always the friend of the it girl. She's not actually the it girl. That's my opinion. Next, we have Drew Sidora. In all fairness, I never wanted to see Drew on Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I still don't want to see Drew on Real Housewives of Atlanta. You know where I want Drew to go back to? I want Drew to go back to the game. I like Drew Sidora on the game when she kissed fucking Derwin. I like Drew Sidora. No. So anyway, she just was basically saying she's still mediating her divorce from Ralph. You know, he's been abolished down to the basement. They communicate through an app, so on and so forth. So that's still trying to work itself out. I always thought the whole conversation about that marriage was weird when he disappeared for those days, when she serenaded him on the stage with a breakup song. And I just don't think they're Real Housewives of Atlanta material. And they're not landing the plane for me either. But okay, they brought Drew back for whatever reason, but kick Sonya off. I'd rather deal with Sonya. I would rather deal with Sonya and the Jamaican family and Ross. I wasn't here for Drew. But anywho, I guess Sonya didn't have enough drama for them within her marriage and family. That's pretty much why. But anywho, she also says that she's partnering with Dennis for music, and her and Dennis have a bro and sis relationship. I don't deny that. I also think it's a relationship of convenience to aggravate the shit out of Portia, and she's gonna get there, right? Kenya, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Kenya looked real thin. Kenya looked so skinny. Kenya planted some big new lips on her fucking face. Kenya looked old. Kenya looked absolutely not. No, Team Twirl. No, 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 no. Kenya, I think if you're not already gone because they said that you pulled this whole stunt with Britt and whatever situation maybe you're no longer there. To be honest, you didn't look good there, Kenya. Don't get me wrong. I seen you trying to get the work and stir the pot, but it still didn't look good because you're much older and you looked crazy. So it just like you was the old washed up bitch trying to stir up some shit with the newbies. When really is truly, if you were smart, what you would have did was sat back, chilled, assessed them a little for a few bit more episodes, and then kind of wiggled your way in and see what friendships you could break up and what shit you could start. But in the meantime, in between time, with you starting right there on the first episode, you got to reserve that for Sheree and Marlo and Nene Leakes. That wasn't for these new girls. You looked crazy, Kenya. You looked absolutely crazy. But again, we won't see you for long. Kelly. First of all, Kelly, I would like to see your before face, right? I would like to see what Kelly's face looked like before. I love it. They had Dr. Eugene's wife, my girl, Toya, on this Tea Time show. And Toya was like, girl, I seen so much Botox and pulled back face and poked out lips on Real Housewives of Atlanta. I was cracking up. Yeah, Kelly, I would have wanted to see your before face, but I did like your little resume. You said you was originally from Baltimore, but you've been in Atlanta since 2003. You're an author and a restaurateur. You got 4 daughters. One is a set of twins and then 2 others. You're in the midst of a very volatile divorce. Y'all was married 11 years. I just didn't like a few things, right? Number one, you said Dennis was in your DMs, constantly pointing out where people's exes or people, anywho, and then she was basically trying to throw shade at Portia for stealing Fallon's man, right? And all fairness, Portia, you the queen, you my good sister, and I love you, but nothing is shady about them questioning you about Simon. You got to remember, as soon as you started fucking him, you exited stage left. So nobody had the opportunity to be like, girl, what was that about? And is that true? So if folks are going to ask you about what you did to get that man, you cannot be shocked to the poor. You can't think they being messy. No, your ass was being slick and tried to slide out when you got him, not knowing that you would have to return to sender. So I didn't see nothing wrong with Kelly inquiring about, girl, did that girl steal that girl fucking man, right? It just ain't none of her business, but she can still ask, hey, we all on the show together, right? Britt, this is who I guess Kenya has an interaction with later on in the season. I mean, I guess, girl. She said she was married with a 10-carat ring. She's an insurance agent, and she clicked up with Kelly and, of course, Shamia. She dated Dennis and got a diamond necklace from him. She's a former video vixen. And Britt, for your husband, the verdict is still out. Britt's husband was giving me Jennifer Williams' husband, and for both of them, in my opinion, the verdict is still out. I can't tell yet, but either way, I was like, okay, girl. Okay. But I mean, I guess, she said she dated Dennis and got a diamond necklace. Dennis is king trick a lot. One thing I can say about him, he's always giving up some money or buying somebody something, or from what I hear, getting somebody tatted on him. Who knows? Anywho, Angela Oakley. And I felt bad because, like I said, the husband had came to the school that I work in last year. And, everybody was so excited to see him. I didn't know who the fuck he was. But, again, a former basketball player, yada, yada, yada. The only thing I learned about Angela is that she's been married to Charles for 8 years. She gave me one of the elders out the group, like she might could bumble with Kenya or Cynthia if need be, and it would be Kenya because Cynthia is not bumbling. So it would be Kenya. And Kenya, that y'all two might need to do y'all granny gossiping. Like, leave them little girls alone. Anywho, that's all I found out about Angela. I saw Cynthia. I was very happy to see Cynthia. I like that Cynthia has now chosen a role of dipping in and dipping out of these shows. And even when she's doing the dipping and stuff, she's being her genuine, authentic self. So I like Cynthia. I like Cynthia being there. I like the fact that she's not a permanent staple on the show. I'm just popping in every now and again to be the voice of reason and then leave me on alone and turn them cameras off. So I like seeing Cynthia. You know what I do wonder? I wonder what Cynthia feels about the back and forth forth between Peter and Portia, because something about that back and forth ever since they was on the show together, it gave a little bit of sexual tension or something. Like, why y'all always beefing? What's the deal? But anyway, I wonder what Cynthia feels about that, right? And then Shamia has a party for her 42nd birthday. Now, the party was beautiful. It was very lavish. It was at their $9 million mansion. Wonderful, 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 right? So at some point, I think it was her husband who took her out in the backyard because he wanted to present her with a Rolls Royce Cullinan. I think that was a Cullinan, right? So anywho, she's in her moment. She's getting her ride. Everybody is clapping. All the cameras is on her, and Portia shows up late. And when Portia shows up late, she's just trying to join in the crowd energy, like, yes, bitch, and don't leave me. Let me in the car, and a few things happened in this moment that I didn't particularly understand, but I guess, you guys in the comments will break it down for me. And everybody kept saying things like Portia ruined Shamia's moment, and she didn't want her to have a moment without her, and she don't want Shamia to be great, and she just wants Shamia as a sidekick. Portia, I'm gonna tell you why people feel that way about you, because when you was on the Real Housewives of Atlanta and Phaedra was on there too, and y'all was doing y'all freaking frack, you was being very, very shady to Shamia. Very, very shady to Shamia. It even seemed like at one point she was damn near begging for your friendship. I think that's what made her and Candy get closer as friends, because you was treating Shamia bad. So I could see why people are judging you now, because they probably saying you was treating that girl like shit before, and now she came up to your rankings, and now you being shady. When really it's true, that's probably not even what she was trying to do. I'm not gonna lie. What Portia did is something that I would do to my friend. So I didn't see how the moment was ruined. Now I would have understood if they'd have been like, "Oh no, this right here is a photo shoot for her in front of her new car. So please, everybody, get out the way so we could do the photo shoot." Then yeah, I will understand, because right now it is your moment. You're actually shooting photos for what's happening right now. But right now, you just being presented with your car, and you happy about it, and I'm happy for you, bitch. Let me ride shotgun, holla. So I wasn't really clear when they was trying to make it seem like Portia had did something malicious or that she ruined the moment, when I felt like even though she did show up late, I think she was trying to match the energy of the crowd and show she was happy for her girl. What was the problem with that? But like I said, you guys will get down in the comments and let me know what I got wrong and what I got right and what you think and so on and so forth. As long as you do so respectfully, I'm always here to talk. It was okay. It was okay. It was okay. If I'm being honest, it was okay. Am I particularly here for this new group of girls? Only time will tell. Only time will tell, because sorry, guys. What is wrong with this? While I genuinely love Portia, I know she can't carry the show on her own. That's why I'm very excited to see what Phaedra comes. And I don't know if I particularly like this little group of girls. I don't like Juicidora. I'm not really too much here for Shamia. And those other girls didn't really, they didn't really do nothing. But what I will say is, and I'm standing 10 toes down in it, because there was some good veneers, some good BBLs, some good massaged bodies, and all that up on there. So I was here for that. I like to see when the girls is looking good. I like to see her getting presented with her Rolls Royce Cullinan. I liked all of that. I like to see the fashion and the glamour and the richness of these people on these reality shows, not the poor broke ones that's going to fucking build sandcastles. So anywho, that was my assessment for them. I mean, either way, I wasn't too hyped, too excited. They didn't really do it too much for me. But like I said, we're just waiting now to see what the next couple of episodes hold, so we can know if it's like, okay, we down with these people and we could kind of get with their program, or it's like, I don't really care too much to see these people. I'll catch up at a later date. We'll see. All right. Next but not least, we have Married to Medicine. Married to Medicine. Now, Married to Medicine is coming up on its last 1 or 2 episodes, so it's kind of fizzling out, and I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. They are not going to prolong and drag no drama like Baddies do, so I like the fact that it's like, okay, the shit got flared up, heated up, now we winding it down to end the season, so I could appreciate that, because I would have been looking at them like they was crazy if they just try to kept this King and Dr. G and Sweet Tea and the Lunsfords and quadria and all of this bullshit going, I would have been mortified. So anyway, the episode opens up with Dr. Contessa and Dr. Heavenly going to have a sit down. The long and the short of it is this. Dr. Contessa and Dr. Heavenly will never get along. Dr. Contessa deals with rational thinking, logic, and reasoning, and Dr. Heavenly is immature and disrespectful. So because of that, they're not going to get along. And you know what was crazy? I heard an interview today when Toya was there saying that, oh, you know, Dr. Heavenly, this is what she does. She's very disrespectful. It's very nasty, but they're all refusing to go up against her because they feel like that would be going too low and they don't want to go low. Okay, so when Contessa is telling y'all that that's what she do, why y'all acting like she bugging out and she overreacting when she's saying it? Toya, you just said it, and according to you, all of y'all know it. All of y'all know it. It's just a matter of the fact. It's just a matter of she's willing to continue, and never let up. And for y'all get tired somewhere in the middle and give up. No. Me and Heavenly would have bumbled every fucking time she saw me, so she would have known not to fucking play with me. Every single time. You got 1, I got 2. You got 3, I got 4. You got 5, I got 6. What's up? What's up? We going back and forth. Talk about my man. I'm digging up your man exes. Play with my fucking relationship. I'm playing with yours. Yeah, you got to, that's a person you got to give their own medicine because they ain't going to stop. They not going to stop. She still talk. She talk about Toya every fucking season. Every season. She talk about Simone every season on those lives. No. So somebody got to give her a taste of her own medicine. So at the sit down, they basically was like they're agreeing to disagree, to agree to never to disagree, to never agree to disagree. And I didn't give a fuck about that sit down because, like I said, they are just two different people. It's people out in the world that I know that we would just never hang out. Our personalities just don't mesh, and I stay away from them. Contessa, you and Heavenly cannot work it out. Y'all just need to be cordial so you can continue to get your check, right? So also what was happening? I think Toya and Eugene was getting ready for their Bridgerton themed party. It wasn't too much going on there. I seen Dr. Eugene broke his toe or some shit like that. Okay, and my girl Feifei came through with the funds and the wands. Feifei came through with the funds and the wands. All the shit popping they was doing about Phaedra's promise 100,000 and she be lying and fronting and pump faking and setting things up and we think she more important than she is. Feifei cut that motherfucking check though. Feifei cut that check though. I wish Phaedra was coming to the reunion and knock these bitches at their knees because, see, they think you're not coming, Phaedra, because you're scared. They don't know you. They know you get to the paint in them housewives reunions. You just do it a little differently from everybody else. You ain't hooting and hollering and screaming and sweating and crying and running up the stage. No, I'm here like a lawyer talking very eloquently and very respectfully, and things that I know your ass could incriminate and use against me, I remain quiet and smile about, but I'm still knocking y'all bitches at the knees. I remember she told Nene, no, Nene said, well, I didn't know you. She said, no, you didn't, because you went to school. You went to school with my eldest, damn near dead brother. And she was like, well, Nene was like, well, I am not that old. I just turned 43, whatever, how many time ago. And Phaedra was like, oh, okay, and happy birthday. Don't play with Aunt Feifei. Don't play with Aunt Feifei. She will get with you. So she is not coming to the reunion because she's scared. She's not coming to the reunion because our bitches don't matter. Y'all too broke and y'all going to sandbars on the beach, and Feifei ain't have no time for that. She had to get her jet and roll. Dr. Simone. You know what? Dr. Simone need a friend like my mother. Because you would have let, not Cecil to come with you to the, no. If my mother and Simone, leave Cecil behind. If my mother and Simone would have showed up at that condo, and them kids would have sat there and let them knock on that door, pretend like they ain't hear them, and they know the cameras is right there and filming, and they know their mother was coming through steps, and they know they heard her knocking. And then on top of that, to have her walking and this shit be look crazy, the way my mother would have crucified them fucking kids and Simone ass, everybody would have been licking their wounds and cleaning. Then she would have took it on back to their house and cursed Cecil the fuck out and told him to man up, grow up, and get these men in shape and in line. Okay? They're nasty. The place look nasty. They giggling like two fucking schoolgirls, letting the lady stay outside me while she paying all the fucking bills. Absolutely not. So, Dr. Simone, I blame you and I blame Cecil. You there trying to give a breakdown and getting them to understand. They didn't give a damn about none of that. They didn't even want to let you in, girl. So y'all need to do some better parenting with these boys because they get on my nerves. They are getting on my nerves. Or stop showing them. Stop showing them. Okay, because you embarrassing yourself. They ain't embarrassing you. You embarrassing yourself. So, anywho, I like that Dr. Contessa had the diabetes awareness pretty much like workshop. It was very, very nice. I liked it. I think it was, it let people know a lot of information regarding this disease. So that was nice, right? Once again, her and Heavenly get into it. Heavenly is now Team Quad. Meanwhile, she was Sweet Tea, but now she's Team Quad. And according to her, I was only Sweet Tea. I was only Team Sweet Tea to get her or get on the show because that's how we're going to continue to keep Quad here and all of that, which I think is true because I don't know what the fuck else Quad does. So that's why she didn't want to be voted off the island. Anywho, she was there trying to get it together. Who the hell I was talking about? I don't know lost track. Lord have mercy. Oh, Dr. Heavenly and Contessa. Now, the Lunsfords, Quad can't be around the Lunsfords. So the Lunsfords showed up to the diabetes awareness thing. Quad, here I am. Oh, I'm leaving. I said when he was coming, I'm leaving. Here, Dr. Heavenly, I'm leaving because I'm Team Quad. Dr. Heavenly, shut the fuck up because you be drunk sometimes. That's what I think, allegedly. Anywho, Contessa and Heavenly get into it because, again, Heavenly is very immature and Contessa is trying to be mature and handle the situation in a grown-up way. Right? And then Quad and King's hot tub session. I do love the fact that Quad has a beautiful home and she could just make date light in the back in her pool. That's what's up, right? But I also understood and felt King, right? What he did said was, no, you don't got to sell your house and come live in my house. I'm not trying to bully you. We can buy something together and let it be both of ours. He was like, you can rent this out. And granted, I get it, Carl. You may have an attachment to your very first home that you purchased on your own, so you don't want to do any of what he's saying. I totally get it. I have a strange attachment to my apartment as well. It has seen me through everything, and I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. I know I'm going to shed some tears when it's time for me to move on to bigger and better. But my only thing is, Quad, that you have to say that, and you have to understand that you're not with a type of man that can do that. And you have to understand, and you have to now ask yourself, is this the man for you? Because you heard what he said. That's just a natural order of things. That's the way he sees things. And this is what the fuck he's not going to do. And here you go. Well, who made the order? You know what I think it is, Quad? I think you thought when you went and got this little boy that she was going to be able to say all of those big Southern fucking words and kind of get him under the wing and he was going to do whatever you say. And now when he giving you some pushback, your ass is shocked in the pool because you realizing he ain't the little boy that you thought he was. He might actually be a grown-ass man. He might actually be a grown-ass man. So I think what he said made all the sense in the world, and I wasn't against it. He said, I'm not telling you to give up your home. You can even rent it out. But what I think we should do is if we're that serious about each other and want to live together, we should get something together. And I was with King on that one. I was with King on that one. If y'all not deciding that y'all going to move in either of the spouse's house, then you have to get something together. That makes sense, right? So that pretty much was it for that. And I mean, again, these shows ain't too much impressed me. We got to see what's going to happen. I'm still staying tuned in. I'm fighting for my life here. I told y'all I am I'm tired. I'm tired. But I'm doing what I got to do. I'm adulting. I am today 13 days sober or into my 60-day cleanse and fast. You guys know I did a whole video on that. Please go check it out. Please go check out this week's Dear Deejas that passed. Y'all did not check out the Dear Deejas. Go and watch them and give me your feedback underneath. Please don't forget to make sure you like this video. Hit the thumbs up. Like this video. Hit the thumbs up and all the other videos that you forgot to like and watch. If you're new here to my channel, do not forget to subscribe. You're welcome to the Operation Heal 100 Heart channel where we focus on healing, humor, and hot motherfucking topics. And my nosy ass neighbors, you enjoy your weekend. Bye-bye.